This segment brought to you by Kansas Soybean Commission. Progress powered by Kansas farmers. And here we are again. This is Around Kansas, in case you just tuned in. If you've never seen the show before, it's a show about the state of Kansas and its people, places, and things that make the state a great place to live and for you to come visit if you're from out of state. So,
and if you've been watching since the beginning of the show and hope it had turned to something else, sorry, it's still Around Kansas. So and we're still here.
Yes. So, hey, did a story here some time ago, a few weeks ago, about the man that discovered Pluto, and he was from Kansas. Of course, he didn't discover it in Kansas, but at the planetarium, and that's where he discovered Pluto.
In Arizona.
Well, guess what? Many, many, many years later, of course, we did a flyby of Pluto, and to take a look at it and make sure that, yes, in fact, it was a planet.
It's still there.
And there is a Kansan who had a lot to do with that flyby. So anyway,
oh, wow.
I get to do a story about him. So let's take a look. July 14th, 2015, an amazing scientific moment occurred as a satellite from Earth flew directly by the dwarf planet Pluto. Just like the man who originally discovered Pluto 85 years ago, the man who helped lead this mission to Pluto came from rural Kansas. We learned about the discoverer of Pluto, Clyde Tombaugh, and his boyhood home of Burdett, Kansas. Today, we will learn about the man who was the project manager for the modern-day exploration of Pluto. Glenn Fountain is the recently retired project manager for NASA's New Horizons Pluto Kuiper Belt mission at the Johns Hopkins University Applied Physics Laboratory in Laurel, Maryland. Glenn grew up in western Reno County, Kansas. As a child, he was interested in science, and he found that his involvement in Boy Scouts broadened his horizons and encouraged his work ethic. Glenn went to Hutchinson Community College and then on to Kansas State, where he earned advanced degrees in electrical engineering. It was an excellent education and provided a foundation for a good career, he said. Glenn's family often vacationed in Colorado, so he thought he'd look for a job there. But a friend told him about the Applied Physics Lab in Maryland. I figured I'd come east for 5 years, then go to Colorado. I still haven't made it out there, Glenn said with a smile. He and his wife Sharon make their home in Maryland. I had a great career doing interesting things, Glenn said. At the Applied Physics Lab, he worked on navigation satellites and other projects. After Voyager flew by Neptune in 1989, the scientific community noted that NASA had gone to every one of our solar system planets at the time except Pluto. However, the estimated cost of going to Pluto was astronomical. In fact, the agency even announced the Pluto mission is dead. This generated strong pushback from the scientific community and the public, and eventually the project was reinstated. In 2001, the Applied Physics Lab was selected to lead the project. Glenn Fountain became the project manager in 2003. The scope of the project was massive. Many people didn't think we could do it, Glenn said. NASA called the project the New Horizons Pluto Kuiper Belt mission, or New Horizons for short. The New Horizons spacecraft was launched in 2006. New Horizons was the fastest spacecraft ever to leave Earth. Even so, it took 9.5 years and 3 billion miles to get to Pluto. We hit the target within 40 miles and arrived within 90 seconds of when we wanted to arrive, Glenn said. That's like a person on Earth shooting a BB and hitting the exact pebble they were aiming for at the bottom of a crater on the moon. What's more, it enabled the spacecraft to capture amazing images and the most close-up pictures of Pluto in history. We found Pluto to be a much more fascinating place than any of us expected, he said. It's a fantastic place, and we learned a lot. The mission continues as New Horizons will fly into the Kuiper Belt in 2019. This mission also showed an appreciation for history. The New Horizons spacecraft carried some of the ashes of Clyde Tombaugh, the man who found Pluto first. Glenn Fountain invited Clyde Tombaugh's family to come to the headquarters for the flyby. This was a wonderful way to close this circle of discovery. It was especially fitting because Glenn Fountain, like Tombaugh, grew up in rural Kansas. Glenn Fountain was originally from Arlington, Kansas. Population 473. Soil is the life of a farm, and for 25 years, SureCrop Liquid Crop Nutrition has helped growers produce abundant quality crops while preserving and improving the soils they steward. SureCrop offers complete soil and plant analysis with cropping recommendations, delivery direct to your on-farm storage, and quality crop nutrition custom blended for your field. Choose SureCrop for the assurance of excellence for your soil. Call today or visit their website for more information.